What is up, ADG traders? This is Munya, and welcome back to my channel. So today is a Thursday, and you know what to do each and every Thursday. I share with you guys tools that you can use to help you in your trading journey. I share with you guys indicators, robots, scripts that can help you make an analysis in trading. So today I have another system that I wanna share with you guys, which you'll be able to find uh, for free download in my Telegram channel. So the link to my Telegram channel is down below. You can click it and join the channel, and you'll be able to find this indicator that I'm going to share with you guys today. Also, if you want to do more interactions with me, you can follow me on my Instagram. The link is also down below. All right, guys. So let's take a look at this indicator that I have right here. It's new, it's free. I just found it, and it's not perfect, but if you know what you're doing, you can actually get something out of it. But before we do that, I want us to take a look at the previous analysis that we did. We did V251S and also did Crash 1000 the previous days. If you haven't watched the videos, the link is down below in the description box. Just go watch them and learn how we did it. So remember, and we were at this stage. We started at this stage. That's where we started. And I said V251S was going to go up and was going to form an M formation right here, and then was going to start to go down, right? And apparently it has done so. If you can see, let me zoom out. If you can see this M formed here, mine was a little bit slanted, but I had this prediction that it's going to go up and then bounce at the line, and then go down to this level, then go up again, which was annotated by this line, and then go down, which it clearly did. And from the looks of things, we are at a peak formation right here. This is a peak formation, an M formation for some, or the high of the month for some, a high of the day. And we have seen that price has retested this point, right, which is our resistance. So we are expecting price to correct and start pushing back down to make this another peak. So this would be considered as stop hunt, or what else would they call it, retracement, right? But it's another peak right here. So we're expecting price to come back down and break this low, right? Most probably. Okay, so this was just an update before we get into today's business. Again, on crash, this is to help for those that are following, we're actually following this this analysis. And then for crash, we said we're going up, and as you can see, I think I did an analysis. Price was at this level. Price was at this level, and now it reached a high of this. Then it started to fall down. So if you were following, you probably had this whole run in money, right? This whole run in money. Okay, going back to today's business. Oh, today's business. So I have this indicator right here. I don't know what's called. Check, but apparently it's supposed to be detecting spikes. But what I realized is that it repaints. I was just looking at it right now at what was it? I think, yeah, okay, right now. Did you see that the arrow shifted from here to there? That's what we call repainting, right? If the indicator was that good, this arrow wasn't supposed to shift position. Let's check again. I'm sure it will shift again. Watch closely what it does, and then I'll explain how you can actually counter that. Okay, let's hope it does repaint, although it's a bad thing. Okay, let's just wait a minute. We're in a 1 minute time frame. We're looking at crash 500. So okay, maybe let me not confuse you until you see. Look at this. Well, the arrow is on this candlestick, right? Look after 1 minute. if the spike doesn't come, that arrow is going to jump to the next candlestick. Let's take a look. I didn't know 1 minute was this long. Okay, right now, you see what happened? This is what we call repainting. And what repainting does, the bad thing about repainting is it will make the indicator look like it's actually working when it's not working. Because just look at here. You would think that at this point, the indicator predicted correctly that the spike is coming, right? But all along, it was just jumping to the next candlestick, right? Now it looks like the indicator is like 100% accurate, which is not even close, because right here you would say that it was jumping from candlestick to candlestick up until it reached the last candlestick. And then it looks like it correctly predicted the spike. But that's not what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the bad side of it, although you should know this because you're going to be, if you want to try this indicator, you should know that it repaints. But I want to talk about what I've managed to do with it. I want to talk about what I've managed to do with it, which is scalping. Scalping basically means I'm trading the the ticks, right? I'm going against the spike, basically in simple terms. And I've managed to realize that going against the spike will actually work rather than catching the spike, rather than the main reason why this indicator was created. Going against the spike will actually work. So here's how you're going to be doing it, right? If you're on crash, you'll be looking for buys, of course. So basically, you'll be looking for these blue arrows, right? That's where that will be your entry points, right? And you'll be exiting the moment this red indicator starts to flash, right? The moment this red indicator starts to second guess when the spike is coming, it does. Because what I realized is I also do write robots, and when this red arrow starts to spike, it means data is almost or the strategy is almost is now predicting that the spike is coming, right? So there are actually high chances that the spike is actually coming, although the indicator is not precise enough to know when it's coming, right? So you can use it as a sort of like psychology trading, where you know that once this red arrow is now popping up, it means from the strategy which was used to code this indicator, the spike is actually coming. So I should exit uh, my trades, because at this point, basically, I think that's the point where it started bouncing somewhere here, started changing, started repainting, right? So what it basically means is at this point, price or the strategy that I used to code this indicator was now detecting an overbought market, right? So basically, the strategy was now realizing now that we are in an overbought situation, so we should now start selling. That's why the arrow was now flashing in second case. You can see at this point it just disappeared, right? Because price the strategists now realize that we're in an overbought section, but price is continuing in the uptrend, right? So here is when it realized we are now in an overbought section. I don't know if you get this concept. I don't know if you get this concept. I don't know if you get this concept. Okay, so as I was saying, this is at the point where the strategy that this guy used to call this indicator realized that um, it is now in an overbought section, or realize that we should now be selling at any point. But the market keeps so that's when the red indicator starts to pop up, but the market keeps going up and up and up until to this point where actually price then sold, right? So you do realize that it was lagging behind, but already the strategy was up to it, right? This is what I was saying, that you would then use for crash, you then use these blue arrows to enter into buy positions. And as soon as this red arrow starts to flash or pop up, that's when you start to exit, because it simply means the strategy that this guy is using is now uh, looking forward for a sell position, right? So it's actually a good strategy, but the execution and the precision is not that great. You can see that after how many minutes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 minutes the spike then later came. So that's how I managed to see how it was doing. I tried to run it on a strategy tester, but I failed. I don't know how he coded it. But maybe let's move on to boom and see if we can have an analysis. So the same concept works for boom, but this time it's the opposite. This time the red indicators are when you enter the trade, the sell, because remember you are scalping. Then when you start to see the blue lines flashing, that's when you start to exit the trade, right? Because that's when you know that the strategy is now in an overbought section. The strategy is now in an overbought. So you enter a sell right here and hold. Enter a sell right here and hold, right? You hold up until you start to see these blue arrows flashing. This time is the blue arrows flashing, not the red ones, because we're now on boom 500. This is still the 1 minute time frame. And I said even if you want to use it on higher time frames, you can, but for today I'm going to focus on the 1 minute time frame. I'm going to focus on scalping. For bigger time frames, we will then see it later. Okay, we'll still keep talking about it, so make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss all these steps, right? And remember, I am not a financial advisor. I am doing this for fun. If you want proper financial advice, you should get help properly, right? So that's just a disclaimer right there. But this is my opinion on how I've been using it, and it's been doing pretty well. Just imagine all these pips, with a good lot size. You can buy a house, you can buy a car with a good lot size. You can do great things with this kind of lot size, right? So let's just wait for this to start having this blue arrow to flash, and then we'll see what I was talking about. Maybe let's look at boom 1000. Okay, for now boom 1000 has not yet indicated that we should enter a sell. So this basically means there is a high chance that a series of spikes might come. There's a high chance that a series of spikes might come. Why? Because it's basically telling you that the strategy that was used to code this indicator is still bullish. It's still saying we're in a bullish market, and as you can see, it's clear that it is a bullish market, right? It's clear that there's a so I'm teaching you guys on how to interpret these indicators. Most of these indicators work. They have the right concept, they have the right strategy, but most of the time it's just that the programmers of these strategies might not be able to bring out exactly what they want to bring out. I'm not defending this the person who created this, but I don't even know the person. But I'm just here as usual to make sure that you get the right tools to help you. Some of you might be helped by strategies, some of you might be helped by indicators. We're all different, so don't despise others that use indicators when they are comfortable with that. And so let me check back the 500, still in a sell, a nice sell, maybe 500 is something. Okay, so right here is when you would have entered the buy, right? And then you already start to see this red arrow. So you know that I'm not supposed to exit here. I'm not supposed to exit here. Why? Because the strategy is now confirming something. It's confirming that we are about to sell. Why? You can also see this even if you are taking if you have a price action trader. You can also see that we are now in a downtrend. So you should be expecting more of this. As you can see, you would see a blue arrow here, then a red arrow next. Fewer pips, you get fewer pips. You are moving down we are in a downtrend. So you'd expect that a spike is most probably coming right here. So even price action is confirming this indicator. Can you see? We're in a downtrend. We should expect more of sales, right? We should expect more of sales. I'm going to post this in my Telegram channel, so make sure you join it and you can have a look at it. I think that will be the latest post that you'll be able to see. That will be the latest post that you'll be able to see. I'll also attach the video so that it's easy for you to navigate in the Telegram channel. It's easy for you. What else were you looking at? Look at this. The blue arrow is now popping up. The blue arrow is now popping up. And what is it indicating? That you might enter into a buy trade. Even price action is confirming. Even price action is confirming that. Even price action is confirming that we should not be going up. All right. So, what do you think, guys, about these indicators? I'm not saying this is 100% accurate. I'm not saying it's the best you can get, but I'm saying you can work around. If you know what you're doing, you can take this indicator and use it to your advantage. Even if you have another strategy, you can use this. You can use this to know what to do exactly. Until next time.